What's up, y'all? Welcome to an all new edition of that JUCO Life. This is Jaquan Bowden, and I'm here with Queen's own Jamaican Queens. That is Rheaquone Taylor. Rheaquone Taylor is headed to play at St. Francis in the fall. We're going to talk about his journey, how he got there. Long story, but from Queens, son of Corey Underwood, well-known football player who also played at Westchester Community College, and he's here with us to talk about his journey. So let's start things off, man. Raekwon, man, how's everything going?
It's going good, man. How are you?
Good, I'm good, man. Just maintaining, staying out the way, and just working, man. So, how you been handling this pandemic?
It's actually been pretty tough, bro. I've been going through a lot. I had to have my daughter this year, so that was a big thing, trying to keep her healthy and keep her away from everything. And then I had her like all in Oklahoma, which I'm at now. I'm here with her. The being in New York at the time was kind of a little struggle, but got through it. With school and everything keeping me busy, so it helped big time go by faster.
All right, sounds great, and congratulations, man, on the new edition.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. So, let's go into Rheaquone Taylor high school days. Now, the first time I met you, I think it was at Tri-State.
Yeah.
You was I was working with overtime. You was playing with 2Gs, I think it was.
Yep.
2G. Yeah, shout out to 2G. Shout out to Will and them over there at 2G. So you were playing at a high school in Jersey, I believe.
Barringer.
Okay. You were playing at Barringer High School, and then we did a post-grad year at OSL.
Yep. OSL. Shout out to my guy, Pete Way. He held me down, helped me get in there.
Okay.
That was good.
Right. Shout out to Coach Pete. Coach P, he's doing big things.
Coach AD too. AD Jones, that whole staff.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, it's a big New York staff.
Big New York staff, and they're doing great things because their post-grad team is improving every single year, and they're going to even get better next year. They got a lot of hitters. I think with the pandemic, that kind of ruined, some opportunities for a lot of players that were 2020s.
Definitely.
Were on their way to go into Division I schools, and they got about I'm gonna say about a good 4 or 5, might be even more guys who are on the Division I radar. So
definitely, that team is elite. That's actually elite programs. They definitely make a lot of D1 guys.
Definitely, especially in the national team. So I know the national team and the post-grad team this upcoming season in the fall is going to be, both of them are going to be very interesting to watch, and we'll be there for that. So, what was it like playing at OSL during your post-grad year?
It was great, man. OSL actually came out of the blue. People don't know this, I was actually on my way to go to school, a military school in Virginia, to do a post-grad year. And I got the call from one of my friends, Ramon Clark. He called me, let me know about the school and everything like that. Told me Pete was involved with the program. I called Pete. Pete told me how much it was going to be. Talked to my mom. Came with the money to get into the school. Into the school, and after that, Pete, AD, the whole staff, they held me down, made sure we was good. It was actually the first year that they had the post-grad program.
Right.
We went undefeated that season, actually. We went undefeated in season. We actually lost in the championship game. It kind of hurt us bad, but we went undefeated. We had a great team. It was me, Marion Williams, Malik there was a lot of guys. We had a great team. Malcolm, we had a strong team. But yeah, it was a great program. We had a lot of fun.
Right, nice. What did y'all lose to Putnam? Y'all lost to Putnam
We lost to Putnam. Yeah, Putnam was out of conference. We lost to Putnam that year. We lost to them 3 times actually. That hurt. Putnam definitely did it tough. We actually played them right after Hami left. Hami had just went to Kentucky. We ended up playing them right after that at their gym. They beat us. Then we played them again at a Jamboree. They beat us again. And then we played them at home for the last time. Same thing happened. But outside of them, that was our conference. They probably the only team that actually really beat us. Besides that, we pretty much did a good job holding it down.
Okay, cool. Right, so now we transitioning to how you ended up at Hutch for your JUCO career. So, what was the recruitment like going on before that? Were you looking for a school? Did something happen? Was there a fallout with a school that you had, or what was going on? What led to you ended up at Hutch?
What happened was Hutch actually ended up coming to recruit me my junior year, my year at Behringer.
Right.
He actually came to one of my games there because Coach AD, really close guy, really cool guy, held me down. Him and one of the coaches actually really close, so he put the word in for me. Coach started looking at me, thought my game was actually really good, and started recruiting me. So he was recruiting me for about 2 years actually. So when it came down to me getting ready to go to D1, because of all my mess ups in high school, me not really focusing, I kind of had to go JUCO.
Right.
So I was just lucky that Hutch was that JUCO recruiting me. So they just came up with championship year. So it was like the number one school in the country. Why not go there where obviously I can make some noise, get some schools, and I can learn a lot.
Right.
So they brought me on a visit. The visit was beautiful. They showed me around the campus, showed me the gym, the arenas. They have the biggest arena in JUCO.
Right.
So the arena caught my attention right away. Just imagine playing there and having that gym packed was just a dream of mine. So
right.
That was pretty much it right there. Just the gym, and then the coaching staff. Coach Eck, he held it down. Like he really loves you. Like if he loves you, he shows it, and it's something that a lot of coaches don't really do now. So to see that, and for him to be a guy from Kansas, and me being from New York, and for him to have me like I was zone, it definitely was like, yeah, I want to be here.
Oh, sounds great. So you're like the second player that graduated from Hutch that we have on our show. We had Saquon Hamilton, shout out to Saquon. He's doing his thing out there in New Mexico now.
Yes, sir.
We had him. You're also the third, well, I should say the fourth guest that we have on the show that is affiliated with the Kansas Jayhawk Conference.
Really? Who's draft?
So we had Jamel Horton, who played at Pratt.
My boy Mel, yeah, Queen's guy.
Saquon, of course, we have you, and then we had my guy James Barrett, who was the assistant coach at Seward County.
Yeah, that's my guy.
He was our very first guest, and he's now at Monroe, but he was our very first guest on our show. So, yeah, I mean, just I want to know what's your experience like playing in the Jayhawk Conference up in Kansas.
Jayhawk Conference is definitely tough. Like it's definitely it stands up to its name. It's definitely one of the toughest conference there are. Like every team is good. In conference, every team is good. Out of conference, you get those teams that like the D2s and everything that you just play. So you might have a couple easy games, but when you get in conference, every night is a battle. There's no such thing as an easy game. Anybody can win. We actually lost to the bottom team our first year there. Right. So it shows that any team can win at any night. And then being at Hutch, my coach always told us, so he preached it to us, we had a target on our back. Hutch being the school it was and the name that it had, people want to beat Hutch because if you beat Hutch, you have a name. It means something. You have a chance to get ranked because Hutch was always our top-ranked team. So it was always a tough night for me. It was always a battle. It was always a thing of just making sure that we stay together as a team because, when things get tough, it's like sometimes people break. And it happened once in a while, but we was able to bounce back. And we did that. First year, we did pretty good. First year, we went to the tournament, lost second round. And then the year that state came, we actually ended up losing the championship in our division. So we didn't make it to the tournament. But we had actually a good year. We had a fun year. My second year was way more fun than my first year because I had Say and the other guys with me. So they made sure that I focused on basketball, but also had fun with it.
Right. Oh, I mean, it's always good having a few New York guys that you always come across. I've seen that you came across a lot of guys you see in high school and AAU and all that when you was at Hutch. I know you came across a lot of them. So
definitely.
Tell me about, let's focus on academics and we'll get back to the hoops later. Like, tell me about how has attending Hutch impacted you academically? Like, did you find a niche of what you want to do your career through Hutch, or did it help you be a greater student? Because I know they have a lot of resources.
Yeah, Hutch definitely made me a better student because, like I said, I struggled in high school, which is the whole thing of me I could always do the work, but I was lazy. I was a procrastinator. I didn't focus well. That was my problem. So getting to Hutch and then having, like I said, Coach Eck, he had a mandatory study hall thing going. Him doing that made me focus and want to get my work done because I'm going to be honest, I'd rather be in my room chilling than be in study hall.
Right.
We got a study hall about doing my work.
Right.
So it just came to think of, let me just get my work done. And then eventually unlike some people, Coach X showed that he trusts me. Because after a while, it was a thing of, I'm going to let you go to your room and do your work because I believe that you can do it. So you don't have to come to study hall. And then he let me do it. And I would keep my word and do my work. And by him letting me do that, I became a better student and became more focused. And it locked me in. My first year, my GPA was pretty high. I did really good. Second year, I kind of got a little nonchalant because, it's like the senioritis, you want to get out of here, you're ready to go to the next school. But I held on for the most part. But like I said, definitely made me a better student, helped me focus more on the program, the resources I had. They had a lot of a guidance counselor. She was like a big help. Anything I needed, anything at all, I knew I can go to her and she'd get it done. She helped me. If I had a problem with a teacher, she was going to them, talking to them and helping me make sure that it wasn't a thing of, he's just not an athlete. He's actually a good kid. Get to know him. And that helped me get through the school way easier.
Basically, that's what I always try to make sure the younger generation, some of these kids out in high school, get from watching these episodes. How does the academic impact of where they go help them. So moving right along to who was the toughest player that you ever faced while you was at Hutch?
Oh, that's a tough one. Toughest player I've ever faced while I was at Hutch?
More than one.
More than one?
Yeah.
All right, definitely. I don't know why I can't remember his name right now. New York guy too. He played at Seward with James. Can't remember his name right now. I don't know why. But he wore number 5. I don't know why I can't remember his name right now. But he was definitely a tough one. Marco
Lorenzi?
I think that was his last name, yeah, but tough one, definitely tough. His game all around, like he was a scorer. He could, no matter what happened, no matter who was guarding him, I guarded him a couple possessions myself, and he got tough buckets on me, like deep threes. He can get to the basket. He finished well. Like he definitely was one. Who's another one? I can't remember a lot of guys' names because I didn't really get to know too many guys. Guy from Coffeyville, Keanu, big kid, big light-skinned kid, super tough. I played him both years. I was there. Both years he gave me trouble, but we actually ended up going to the JUCO camp together and got really close and we actually become really cool friends and everything. But he's a tough player, super tough. Defensive, he talks a lot. Like he talks his talk. You would think he's a New York guy if you didn't know him because when he talks, but he knows how to get into your head and it definitely helps his game a lot. So him for sure.
Right. Oh man. Well, I mean, like they say, iron sharpens iron, and I know that's prepared you more for the next level. So let's talk about your transition into leaving Hutch and going into the Division I level. So you originally committed to Cleveland State. First, before we get to the whole fiasco with Cleveland State, what were some schools that were like recruiting you at the moment when you were trying to when you was the last year Hutch?
My last year at Hutch, I had Iona was recruiting me, Bryant, St. Francis was recruiting me. I had Sam Houston.
Okay.
Of course, like I said, Cleveland State I committed to. I had UMKC was recruiting me that year. A couple other schools. Was other school? There's a school on Myrtle Beach. I can't remember the school right now. It was a school on Myrtle Beach that was recruiting me, the D1 school out there. Can't remember their name right now, but they were recruiting me. And it was a couple other guys. I had a couple of schools that year, though. My last year was pretty decent as far as recruitment-wise.
All right, sounds good. All right, cool. So when you originally committed to Cleveland State, you're getting ready to go to Cleveland. Suddenly, there's a lot of changes going on. Big coaching change. The coach that recruited you got fired. New AD steps in, and you decided to transfer to St. Francis.
Yeah, basically. Because I actually chose Cleveland State because of the coaching staff. That was the reason I chose the school. Coach Felton, his history, what he did before Cleveland State, once I actually got to know who he was and actually did my homework on him, he was an NBA coach at one point. He coached for the Spurs at one point. So he has the connections and he has the knowledge. So I told him that I wanted to pick his brain. That's the real reason I wanted to play for him, to be under him and understand the game from a coach's point, from where he's been at.
Right.
So him and then also the assistant coaches, Coach T and everybody else, all those guys, they show love all the time. They always made sure I was good. They always text me, called me, everything. Like they always made sure I was all right. It was just always if you listen, you need to talk, if you need an ear to get on, if you want a little advice about your game, call my phone. And that right there, just like I said, they show love. And that's what I always think is find that family feel. And that's what they gave me. So it just, after they get fired, it was like, yeah, I got to go. I can't. New coach came in. He was actually the assistant from Florida State. He came in. He's a great coach, but I just personally, I said, I chose it for them, so I couldn't stay anymore.
Right. You get to St. Francis and you have to sit out a year, but you never played a game at Cleveland State. You know, how did you feel when you found out that news?
I found that news out on my way to St. Francis to go talk to the coach. That was actually, I hurt a little bit. I was on the way, me and Coach John was on the way up to the school. And I was going through my transcript, and my transcript from Hutch, the one I had on my phone originally, and then the one I pulled up again, I was missing 3 credits.
Right.
And I didn't understand why or how, but because of the 3 credits, my grades didn't allow me to be able to play. So I was kind of ineligible, so I had to do some schoolwork and everything like that. So I actually went to St. Francis as a regular student.
Right.
That's actually what happened. So I was there as a regular student, but of course, Coach John, everybody else, they knew who I was. So it was always the thing of they recruited me before, so I know they still wanted me. So they think of just when I get eligible, what am I going to do? And I kind of told them, like, when I get eligible, I know I want to be here because I'm kind of already here and I know the coaching staff and I feel like this will be a family feel again. So.
Right. Sounds awesome. So, what was your routine like? Aside from, that year you took off, you was working on, getting eligible in the classroom and all, but what was your routine like working out and preparing for the time you do get eligible, which is in the season coming up?
Because of my schedule, my schedule was actually beautiful where I had a big time gap between my classes. I had a 4-hour time gap between my classes.
Right.
So in that 4-hour time gap, I would go to the weight room, I get a workout in. After that, I chill for a second, and I go right to the gym. And in the gym, I'm working on my game. I'm actually working on my jump shot a lot because that's always something I've kind of been missing in my game. I've always been able to score at the basket. I've always been athletic. That's always been easy to me. So I've been kind of like really working on my jump shot, working on my threes, and getting my right hand to be more dominant now where I'm trying to actually finish on dunking with my right hand. Right. So I'm actually working on my game, trying to expand my game a little bit more so I can be more of a threat on the floor now.
All right. Sounds great. So moving on to you improving your game and stuff. You'll be eligible to play in the fall once everything clears. Hopefully there'll be a college basketball season. I'm kind of positive there will be. Has the school reached out to you, and have they been updating you on like when classes will start and like stuff like that? Because I know a lot of schools are already like coming up with plans and stuff about where they stand on reopening.
Yeah, I haven't got anything as far as reopening, but I mean, I'll be getting things like, like resident life stuff, like as far as next year. So they're still planning stuff for next year. So I guess that we will have like a school year. So I'm hoping if there's a school year, there'll be a season, obviously, because they're going to allow us to be in the classroom together, then why not allow us to be in the court together?
Right. Sounds great. Hopefully, phase 4 coming up. Well, they said workout gyms are going to be closed. I don't think they mean like indoor school activities. I know that might be on hold, but hopefully by the end of the summer, things will be a bit better if everybody here in New York continues to keep the curve down because we're all doing an okay job right now.
We're doing better than before. Way better.
Way better before than May. We're doing better than May. We're definitely doing better than April. So
April was terrible.
April was so terrible. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
I was like, world was going to end like back in April. So
April was definitely terrible.
I definitely believe that by September, if everybody sticks to what they're supposed to do with social distancing and all that other stuff, then I think we should be good when the season starts. And like also when the season starts, continue to do some take precautions and whatnot. So, you know what I'm saying? There's no further issues.
Yeah.
What to do just in case this somehow comes back, which I don't think will happen. All right, so what is some advice you can give to our young athletes out there on, whether it's academics or preparing for, you know, the next season, because some of these kids out here need it these days, where, you know, there are some kids that may not have chosen the school because, you know, this COVID-19 pandemic affected them in a way, or, you know, they need some guidance on how to stay ready for the upcoming season.
School, man, definitely make sure your schoolwork is done, man. I learned that the hard way.
Right.
That school actually is really important. That your schoolwork definitely does matter. And get out your comfort zone.
Right.
Get out your comfort zone. Being in your comfort zone is definitely something that can hold a lot of people back, because whether they like, even with choosing school, somebody might want to choose a school because it's too far away from home, or because it's not what they're used to. Get out your comfort zone. I went from New York City to Hutchinson, Kansas, middle of nowhere.
Right.
Get out your comfort zone, because that usually is the best move. Because when you're out your comfort zone, you have to adapt, and you learn to adapt, and you become a better person by adapting to different things. And it's something that can definitely help you not only on the court, but also in life in general. So get out your comfort zone for real. That's definitely big.
I mean, that sounds great. Once again, this is Jaquan Bowden here with my guy Rheaquone Taylor. Thank you for this episode of That JUCO Life, and we will see you soon. Peace.